In today's video, we're testing even more crimpers and even more professionally made cables. And here are the results from the last test. First place for professionally made cable goes to current connected. And the best crimper I tested was a $200 budget electrical crimper. So today we have some new contenders. This one's from Ozark Mountain Off-Grid. And this one's from Missouri Wind and Solar. Now previously we tested the Burndy and this is $360. It's a UL listed crimper. But I also found a knockoff version for $125. And they have some subtle differences, but let's see if they perform any differently. Next, we have a corded electrical crimper with an industrial die set. And this thing's a beast, it's extremely heavy. Next, we have the Timco industrial hydraulic crimper with, again, massive dies. Now this one's $500 and the dies are improperly sized. But if you step it down to 2 watt, it works pretty well. So we're gonna test this one more time as well. Now in the last video, this one got number 4, but it's only $40. All these other crimpers are over $100. So we're gonna test this one again as well. Now this one is number 1 and I love it. I've been using it non-stop since the last video. There's tons of these all over Amazon. And they all look the same battery, everything. But this is the only listing I could find that has 4-aught dies. This is the only one. There's like 100 of these all over Amazon, but they only go up to 0 gauge. But this one is still number 1 and my favorite, so all of these other ones have to beat this. Also, I added some 1000 amp bus bars to my test station. And I redid all these crimps. With this crimper, of course. Now, if this is the first time watching one of these videos, this is my meter and we're gonna measure the voltage drop. Because when you pass current through a cable on these bus bars, there will be a measurable voltage drop, and the lower the number is, the better. For a really good cable, it will test between 18 and 19.5. And then for a good cable, it will be 19.5 to about 23. Anything above 23 is just not acceptable. So let's get started. Let's test all these cables. Now my last video, this one got 18.8 millivolts. So we're gonna test it again to ensure that we have consistency with these new bus bars. The test has now begun with 300 amps and we're getting a perfect 18.8 to 18.9. That's pretty incredible, wow. Totally different bus bar. First up is Ozark Mountain Off-Grid. And this is the longest cable I've tested. It's 2 inches longer than everything else. Now it's always nice to get more copper, but it's gonna skew our results. So for this to be a fair comparison, we have to subtract 2.45 millivolts from the result. And check out this cable, marine grade heat shrink with adhesive, crazy thick insulation, and extra large cell term lugs. So far, this looks incredible. We're getting 26.2 millivolts. And removing 2 inches of 4-aught cable gives us 23.75, which is almost good. Let's cut open these crimps and see what's going on. And the crimp looks surprisingly perfect. I think it just needs a second crimp to get that resistance down. This heat shrink is really hard to take off. It's good stuff. This one's by Wi-Fi. So we're gonna use my favorite crimper and see if we can lower this resistance. And I cannot get it in here. We'll just use the Timco Industrial. God, I hate hydraulics. Once you go electric, you never go back. So it's a little ugly and there's some fins, but let's see if it makes it better. Now we're getting 23.7. Minus that extra length, we're getting 21.25, which is acceptable. It's good. I think they just need to have a second crimp and these would do really well. Now, something I noticed in my testing is the cell term extra large lugs, for whatever reason, have higher voltage drop than an Anchor, which is much smaller. These lugs have the most copper of all the ones I've tested, but they always seem to have higher resistance, so maybe you need to clean the barrel on the inside before you crimp. That's the only thing I can think of here. Next up is Missouri Wind and Solar. And this one's crazy long as well. So for this one, we need to subtract 1 inch. 51 millivolts? What? That is a really bad result. It looks like good components. We have a UL listed lug. Oh, here's the issue. This is not a complete crimp. Yeah, that's our issue right there, and it's a single point crimp. I bet if I hit this with my single point crimper from Timco, it will fix it. Yeah, that thing was not crimped. That looks a lot better. Most professional cables have been pretty bad. It's pretty surprising. Test 2 with a re-crimp and we're at 27 millivolts. But even that's not that great. Now just for fun, we're gonna throw this into my electric crimper and see what happens. It's a totally different shape, but I just wanna try it. That looks horrible. And that really messed up the crimp, but let's see what happens. Only 25? What? And these lugs look good. They're UL listed. There must be some grease in the cable or inside the lug or something. Now you'll notice in my testing, the lowest resistance cables are always the Windy Nation UL listed lugs. So I'm going to order these for the next test so we have consistency. Super clean and super dry. First up is the Burndy. I managed to fit 3 crimps on a single lug. So one strand came off. I also got to put 4 crimps on this side, but they were overlapping. 19.1 millivolts, that's incredible. That's in the top 3, that's incredible. I think it's these lugs. These lugs are really good. The barrel is really long and you can crimp it multiple times. Now this crimper is expensive. Now we're gonna try it with the $125 knockoff. And the dies don't show American wire gauge, only the color. So I checked online and it's supposed to be purple. Oh my gosh, that's hard. This thing is a workout. This is not easy. Oh my gosh. This thing's awful. I do not like this. And the crimps don't look good. What the heck? 18.7. That's actually really good, but I don't think that's worth the struggle on this thing. But really good score nonetheless for a knockoff. Next up is Timco Industrial Hydraulic. And these look perfect. And these dies are the same one that Current Connected uses. Whew. That was almost as hard as the knockoff one, man. I'm sweating after using that. That was not easy. We should just get rid of these hydraulic ones. There's no reason to do this. We got 19 millivolts. That's really good. Cheapest crimper, here we go. This one is so much easier. I like this one. For being a manual crimper, it might be my favorite now. It's like 1/3 the effort of the Burndy. We managed to fit 3 crimps on here. And they all look really good. We got 19.5 millivolts with a $40 crimper. If you use the proper lugs and you clean everything, this thing is good. Now the results have been amazing. And I think it's because of these lugs. And because I cleaned them, the inside matters a lot. So we're gonna try it on a 1-point crimper and see what happens. And check it out, 19.1. With a single point crimp. What? These lugs are the secret. If you just clean these, you get fantastic results. I can't believe how good that is. That's so nice. Now to test my hypothesis, we have some cell term extra large lugs, and I prepped the inside just like I did on these ones. And I did a single point crimp, and they're exactly the same length. And we got 23 millivolts. I can't seem to get these lugs any lower. Also, I thought the barrel was longer, but it's about the same size as the cell term extra large. But for whatever reason, this one pulls such good numbers. And you can buy these from Windy Nation, you can buy them on Amazon, or you can buy them from Current Connected. But yeah, very impressive. Just a single point and I can get it to 19. That is crazy. Now the ultimate test will be to clean some cheap budget lugs and see how well they do. Maybe alcohol. I'm cleaning the wire on this one too. This needs to be a really good test. Alright, I tried my best on these ones. I cleaned it really good. And we got 20 millivolts from a budget lug. These have less copper than any of the other lugs. I have noticed these budget lugs, they have an oil residue on them, and I think if you remove it, you can get good results. I would still go for a UL listed lug no matter what. They just fit better in most crimpers, and you get a lot more copper, so the current carrying capacity is increased. The fact that a budget lug can do better than a UL listed cell term when you clean it is crazy. Now we have 2 crimps, let's see what happens. We're doing 19.1 millivolts with a budget lug. And we're not using a hydraulic or an electric crimper. This is a cheap crimper with the cheapest lug around. We just cleaned it really good. I really wonder why the cell term extra large lugs are not this low of resistance. Now in my last video, this was the worst professionally made cable. It's by Spartan Power. And they have some of the nicest looking cables around, but it tested so bad. So let's clean the tongue and then test it one more time and then see if we can figure out what's going on. Nope, it's still bad. Jeez, we need to cut this open and see what's going on. Look at these crimps. I really don't know what kind of dye they're using. That doesn't look like anything I know of. Let's try to crimp it with my electric crimper and see what happens. This is the easiest crimper by far. That takes no effort. 29, that's it? That is not that great. I don't like these lugs. They're beautiful, but they're just not working that well. Or they're dirty on the inside when they made it. Now, one possibility is the viewing hole is acting as a bottleneck. But I'm not sure. These have been the worst cables so far, and they don't look that bad, so pretty surprising. Now this cable won the contest last time, and it's by current connected. So I washed it down really good to see if it changes our results. And it made a difference, 18.7. Now these ones were smashed on some concrete with a hammer, and I didn't use a hammer crimper. It was just a hammer by itself. And we're gonna clean it up and see if it changes. And it made a difference, 33.5 millivolts. That has lower resistance than some of the pre-made professional cables. And I just hit it on the ground with a hammer. That is nuts. Now this was an iCrimp and it got 20 millivolts last time. Let's clean it off and see if it makes a difference. And we're still at 20 millivolts, no change. Actually, these are the extra large cell terms, so that was actually a pretty good score. Now these ones are from Crimp Supply. They're a UL listed marine grade lug. Let's crimp it with this instead and see if it makes it better. And it will not fit, this thing is too big. Well, we could try this. 20, not bad. But these things are expensive. The one I just tested is just a cell term and a $40 crimper. So yeah, we got the same results with something that's a lot cheaper. Now these are anchor lugs. We're gonna clean them down and we're also gonna re-crimp it because it was done with a Swan Soft. I really hope, oh, it can fit in this one. 19.5, not bad. Now this cable is pretty bad, 31.3 millivolts. And it's a cheap budget lug with the worst Swan Soft dies. It's crazy, the professional cables are worse than everything else now. Except for the current connected ones. Oh, and the rich solar ones, those ones were good. And we got some improvement, 23.6 millivolts. Now that I know that cleaning makes such a big difference, I bought these brushes and we're gonna try them out. And I just got a delivery from Current Connected and we're gonna clean these things out. Next up is CM300S. But this crimper did not come with AWG dies. I'm using the Timco Industrial die set, which is around $100. You can also see what size the die is because it stamps it on the crimp. And we got 18.7 millivolts, incredible. Yeah, these are perfect crimps. I think these might be the best. Now we're gonna test this one with a 4/0 gauge die, and then one 4/0 and one 2/0, and then both 2/0, and see what the resistance figures are. We actually got 21.6, which is pretty good for this die set. The cleaning really improved it. Now we have a 2/0 on the top and a 4/0 on the bottom. And that only took off a millivolt, that's it? Now for this one, we have both dies being 2/0. And again, not that big of a difference, only 20 millivolts now. Now I've seen some people use antioxidant compound inside the lug. So we're gonna test that with our large crimper. And some of it's squeezed out all the way around. We have 19.4 millivolts, which is technically higher than what we got without. Now this one was an accident for another project. It's a cell term extra large lug, and I used the Swan Soft electric crimper, but with the 2/0 dies. So let's see what we get. 31, and I cleaned the insides. That is pretty darn bad, holy cow. There's so much copper here, that's just crazy. That is a bad crimp. This one must be over crimped because of that tiny die set. So a couple days ago after I made my first video, this one got delisted from Amazon. And there's lots of clones of these, but none of them have 4/0 dies. So I bought this one, and then I found the dies for this thing for $16. So you can buy any of these, because there's 100 different listings, and just throw these cheap $16 dies in and you have a good crimper. Or so we'll see, we're gonna test it right now. Uh-oh. Oh, now it did. And the crimp looks good, that's nice. It did not want to crimp that time. So you have to go to max speed if you wanted to crimp this size. We only got 21.8, I was expecting better. Now if I look at the listing, this is an 8-ton, and this one is a 12-ton. So that's why it probably wasn't crimping all the way those few times. These dies are exactly the same. Actually, let's try it with a 3/0 die because we have one now. Yeah, it's struggling, it can't even close. Yeah, you definitely need a 12-ton crimper. And practically no change, 21.5. Yeah, I do not like this crimper, what the heck? Let's try it one more time. I don't understand why this one's not doing so well. All that work and an extra cable and we only got 20 millivolts. I mean, technically that's still a very good score. What I hate is it's not that balanced. It always wants to go forward. This one just sits on the table and it's easy. And you get 3 tons more pushing power. So yeah, I like this one a lot more. Now I checked the listing for this one and it's 7.5 tons. And this one doesn't struggle at all. So how is this an 8-ton crimper? Now let's talk about these results. So the craziest thing is the professional cables were dead last. Missouri Wind and Solar custom cable did not have a complete termination. And the Spartan Power custom cable, even if I crimped it a second time, it was doing horrible. And guess what did better than both of them? Using a hammer without a crimper at all. And I do not mean a hammer crimper, I'm talking a hammer on its own did better than the professionally made cables. Next up was Cell-Term extra large lugs in the Swansoft with 2-aught dies, because these dies are improperly sized. But over crimping the large lugs made it even worse. Now number 5 goes to another professionally made cable by Ozark Mountain Off Grid. Now for the next 11, I redid old cables. I either cleaned them off or I re-crimped them. And it made a big difference. It was around 20 millivolts. Also, the results of this one were in there as well, and it was the worst electric crimper I've reviewed. Actually, it's just as bad as the Swansoft. Now for the next 10 results, I cleaned out every single lug with a brush and rubbing alcohol. Even with a budget $40 crimper, I got it down to 19.5 millivolts. And then I tested these, a Burndy and a knockoff. And I got better results, but it was within 0.4 millivolts of the budget crimper. And using these was just as bad as a hydraulic, but I got some really good numbers on this one as well. And the knockoff actually got the best result of them all. But it was very hard to close it. It was not fun, and it really distorted the crimp. It didn't look that good. Now the most surprising results were with this crimper. When I cleaned the lugs and I did a single point crimp, I got the same results as the UL listed crimper and most hydraulic crimpers. And then I used a non-UL listed budget lug from Amazon, and then I did 2-point crimp, and then I got 19.1 millivolts. That's a new record, that's crazy. And the only real difference was cleaning the lugs. So I bought this set of brushes and it made a huge difference. Now for number 3 was my favorite electric crimper. It's a 12-ton and there's lots of clones on Amazon. But this one in particular was delisted and I'm not sure why. But I did find the die set online for $16. So if you do need a crimp 4-aught, you can buy the die set separately and then use whatever one is available. But make sure it looks exactly like this, because this other one is horrible. This one also balances when you put it on the desk. This one doesn't. It always wants to tilt forward. Now tied for first place was a professionally made cable by Current Connected and the CM300S with Timco Industrial die set. The dies that come with this are not AWG. And these dies are not cheap. They're about $100 to $150 for a set. Or you can buy the sizes individually. And I got the exact same score down to 0.1 millivolts as Current Connected, because they're using this die set as well. And for these results, we're using the same lugs and the same cable. So it's no surprise that they're within 0.1 millivolts of each other. And in my testing, these lugs have been the best, the Windy Nation ones. But the Windy Nation custom cables are not good. This is one of the worst crimps I've ever seen. There's room for a second crimp, and they use the improper die. So buying cable and lugs is fine from Windy Nation, but don't buy the professional cables. Now I'm going to have the results up so that you can screenshot it if you need that. And then here's the graph. Now for the final challenge, I'm going to try to beat all of these. So we're going to use this crimper and we're going to clean the heck out of everything. I'm gonna try to fit a third crimp on here. It's a little ugly, but I got 3 crimps on there. And look at that, 17.8 millivolts. It just takes a lot of cleaning to get these types of results. If you find a better crimper or lug that I should try out, please list it down below. And if you like this type of testing, please use the affiliate links down below as well. And if I find something better, I'll let you guys know. And I always have my current recommendations on my main website listed below. So I hope you liked the video and I will see you in the next one. Bye.